have a long career ahead of him with
What's it like to crash in a bobsled at 80 miles an hour? Today we're following fan favorite Kelsey Kiel. In 2020, she was an Olympic hopeful in the bobsled and wasn't happy with how things ended.
Now, after competing in the sport of fitness for almost a decade, she's been called back to the sled for one last ride. But can she end her career on a high note?
13 on 13, on its side, stand clear, folks.
Roll the footage. Today's episode is presented by Blenders Sunglasses. They've got some amazing holiday deals going on right now. We always talk about their sunglasses, but they've also got amazing goggles and helmets and snow gear.
Yeah, they got just the best value. So look at this, you get a case, you get an extra low light lens that you very easily magnetically remove and replace. Way better than the other guys. Use code Buttery Bros if you want to save 20% off of these values.
Back to the show.
Bro.
Look at this. Let me see the official. Look at that. What years were you doing this last?
2020 to 21. Back at it.
What's the
Got
story?
one run under my belt.
Okay.
My butt kind of came up out of one of the curves and smashed back down into the seat. And it was the first run, so it was kind of like the nerves, the buildup. I think I just wasn't like bracing how I needed to brace. Now we have one more day of official training before our races on Friday and Saturday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it like riding a bike?
A little bit. It was just like fear of it again. Like, oh my gosh, I'm getting in the back of a bobsled.
So you're the driver.
I pilot, yes.
It's not called driver.
No. And being in the military, it's funny too, because people are like, oh, you pilot? I'm like, yeah, the bobsled.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different. This is my 4th full season. So I
Exciting.
started here. This was my first track I ever learned to drive on in Park City. 3 years ago, Kelsey and I were here together. We had our first races here together. So it's like full circle now.
Yeah. What people don't realize about bobsled is that it's like majority of the actual sport is like moving sleds, getting sleds onto trucks and flipping sleds.
Remember the Big Bob
The Big Bob
from games?
from the game? Yeah, I remember the Big Bob.
Similar.
I have all these questions about cool runnings that I want to ask these guys.
You want to kiss my egg?
I think they might be too young to have seen it.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to date myself.
We're dating ourselves.
I a little bit feel like I left the sport, not like in a bad way, but I was just kind of like, I knew I wasn't gonna make the Olympic team, so it was just like, I don't know if I want to keep grinding.
Little baby.
And when I talked with Riley, it was just like, let's go out and have fun and be really proud of the effort that I put in. I had a month to train.
This is where Kelsey and the brakeman sit, nice and cozy. Some people say it's more comfortable than a sofa.
So you got a 50-meter sprint, and then we sit and brace.
Yeah, once you're in it, like, are you
We
just
braced our core, we're like,
just lean into the curves?
no.
No?
Yeah, try to stay as still as possible.
Oh, okay.
She's gonna try to make herself as aerodynamic as possible. Because if her head was up like this,
Drag.
the wind is gonna be like hitting her constantly. So her job is basically to fold in half.
She's been doing a lot of GHD sit-ups.
Brakemen like sit in the sled like this.
Oh, wow. So you don't even get to watch.
We don't even get to watch.
Oh, man.
The sled is like this, and you try to get like wide against the sled, and then your feet are on foot pegs. The pilot's butt is right at your feet.
I'm right here in my head and nothing is hitting above here.
And then the handles are here on the like frame of the sled. And you go like this. And
Wow.
you get big against the sled, and you're just like,
She's gonna be rocking and rolling with where we go, hanging on until the very end.
we pass the finish, and she yells up, up, up.
And her job is honestly at this point the most important because we build up all this speed. I'm like, you need to slow us the heck down so we don't literally just crash and die.
And you go up, and you go like this, and you
Break it.
brake. We're kind of like a piece of equipment as a brake person. So it's like a really important deadlift.
And I pick her every single time for being the best one at it. She deadlifts more than half of the best here. My goal is to have my eyes just outside of here. I'm just looking over as much as I need to see, which is why the shape is so good. The runners, people think it's like sharp enough to like slit your throat. No. And we actually want it as smooth as possible. So we'll spend an hour to 2 hours like sanding to make sure that this runner is as like smooth and you can glide as much as possible. And you know this, being a luge athlete, as in the second I flip it down and put it on the ice, it's like it's already ruined.
The year is probably 2001, maybe? And this is a terrible look, but this is what I look like the first season.
Oh my God. I need that speed too.
It's not just the suit, it's the shoes.
I know.
the one glove.
You don't wear those shoes. You wear like booties.
Yeah,
but that was
right.
just like my dad was like, let's get a photo. And I was like, okay. See that?
Sick dad. Set. Back set. Ready?
Yeah. The 2-woman sled has to be at least 170 kilos. Now you can add more to it, but you can never make it lighter. So as that's at 170, the crew, so me and my brake woman, plus the sled, can't be more than 330.5 kilos. So we have that room to play with. Kelsey, a lovely brakeman behind me. She's a little bit more of a bigger brakeman, which is great. I don't have to put as much weight in the sled. Object that's heavier is gonna drop quicker than an object that's lighter. So it's all about trying to get right up about to that 330.5, but if you can't do it with your body weight, then you gotta add weight.
Okay, so are you excited? You nervous?
I'm nervous. I think I'm mostly nervous just because my old body after that first run on Monday was like, ooh, elevation.
Oh yeah, you feel it?
Oh, no, no.
Oh yeah. Some of them birds.
Go birds.
Go birds.
What's your hype song? What are you listening to when you're working out?
Gotta go with some Dylan Francis.
Get Low or new stuff?
A combination, you know? I mean, Get Low's gotta be in there. That and then just like combination of electronic dance music, you know? It gets me going, you know?
Yeah.
I just love to compete, even if it's like Uno.
What's the most competitive board game that you've played?
My family's big on Sorry, where it's like you can like draw cards, like knock, you know, the other person out, and it's like, oh, sorry, not sorry. My family gets really into that one.
That's like straight out of the 80s, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
That's an old game.
There's nothing more competitive than Settlers of
Yeah,
Catan.
Settlers is like the new generation.
Uh-huh.
Set, back set, ready?
Yeah, is that a Japanese warm-up?
We only get 1 to 2 reps to go down a track. And so if I tell someone, hey, you're gonna be a professional athlete, but you're only gonna practice your craft for max 2 minutes a day, you're like, how is you ever gonna get good? And so I basically am visualizing the whole track and I'm seeing like it at like the same speed it's coming at. And I envision myself coming in different ways. If I come in this way, I'm gonna do this. If I come in this way, I'm gonna do that. I just think of every single possibility to make sure I have as many mind runs as possible. So my girl's safe, I'm safe, I'm gonna get us down fast, quick and easy. But the hard part about being a pilot is you have to memorize every single track around the world.
All right, so she's about to go, but before she goes, we've been doing something back down in the valley.
Yeah, so we got Podium in town. We got some new products coming. We did a lot of flavor testing, and that's kind of how it went.
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off.
We are working on a high sodium, high electrolyte sports drink.
We don't even know what we're calling it yet. It's just sports drink.
Sports drink.
Pass me that sports drink.
Be myself, or I could be someone else.
Oh, it's like berries, kind of like a hydration, but not like carbonated or anything.
Correct.
Oh, that lime comes in late.
Yeah.
I like that. I like option 2.
I like option 2. You like
This is
option 2. You like
option
Yeah.
2.
So this is summertime lemonade.
Option 1, summertime.
Cheers.
Lemonade.
Ooh, it's kind
I
of.
was the only one that had the sound of it.
Yeah. I'm a big lemonade guy though.
Yeah, exactly like good lemonade.
Yeah, it's good lemonade.
Cheers.
This is
It's like I'm taking the sacrament over and over again.
Yeah, I like one number 1. Cheers. Trying to think of a whole case.
Yeah, I'd crush that.
This is the one I'm most excited
Yeah.
about. Orange Dreamsicle. I hear it's coming back. We don't know though. You know? Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, I think we need a little pump a little orange back in there. We've tasted, I don't know, how many flavors do you think?
We got lots of different options.
But we're gonna bottle some of this and take it up to Kels. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah?
See what she thinks.
Yeah. I feel like sour watermelon is best on a bobsled run. Alright.
We got a secret can here. This is a Podium
Okay.
new drink coming
It's
out.
gonna be my.
A special kind of flavor of blue raspberry. What do you think?
Oh, hell yeah.
Is that good?
I love that.
Coming soon, guys. Coming soon. Just a little sneak peek.
Set,
Back set, ready?
You know when the calling's calling.
What got you into bobsled the first time?
It was that weird year of COVID. That was the year that I qualified for the games as an individual. COVID happened, so I didn't get to go compete. And then it was just kind of this weird summer where I was like, well, maybe I should try bobsledding. Went up to Lake Placid and thrown into it.
Yeah.
Riley T-Jack, downtime 54.0, top speed 82.4 miles an hour.
So we're debating on doing a second?
I'm not doing a second. But like, she just needs to get another rep. Like, it's just for her. She drives it once and she does something she wants to change. It's beneficial to have another rep. Just tell her I can go again if she needs. Like, my back is
Really hurts.
yeah. I peed myself. I didn't do anything else.
Yeah,
Just a little pee. I was bracing so hard.
How do you feel?
Not great. That was not a great run, but it happened. Like, my plan was to take 2, so we're gonna take 2. How did the hit feel?
I feel like it felt pretty good. I think I rushed, personally. Once I hit, I think I rushed my second step. I was like thinking about dropping my knees, and then we hit it so nicely, and then I was like, other foot, I don't know.
Yeah. No.
You know, but I think that's just a...
I think it felt nice. I'm watching like my whole run on the track cam. I have access to this, and I'm really just watching like my entrances and exits. Like, was I high here? Was I low here? Okay, I hit here. Like, why did I hit there? I'm looking back, just analyzing all the micro steers and stuff like that, of like just kind of reprocessing it.
That was wild.
You ever seen something like that?
I've seen crashes, but I've never seen it go out the thing like
Yeah,
that.
and like run into other people's stuff.
Yeah, that was bananas.
That's crazy.
You guys, it might be cold, it might be December, it might be winter, but we're already thinking about spring vacations in 2025.
We're hosting a retreat in Tulum, Mexico.
Where we
We've
going?
got 14 spots available, so we want you guys to come and hang with the Buttery Bros.
There's gonna be white sandy beaches, turquoise oceans, pink flamingos, jungle gyms, fun, fitness, friends, and food, and one of the 7 wonders of the world,
Chichen Itza.
We want you guys to come join us. Use the link in the description down below to get more information.
See you in Mexico.
We hope.
I want to get all this off because this may get me like 300s, which isn't a lot,
But we'll take it.
but we will take any advantage that we possibly can get.
So the
Hang on,
second.
I want to see if I can start my phone timer.
And you're gonna put it nice in your hand between right here, because this is the most steady part of my hand. I'm gonna hold the blade here, the runner here, and I'm gonna go forward and backwards. And I'm always gonna finish the way the runner goes, and I should have a straight line.
Oh, wow.
And I got all that off.
You know about a stroke glide?
Yeah! Finish. Woo! Okay, not bad.
What was I doing? How
You got more of your hand. You got more of your hand than the sandpaper.
I've got a real rough hand.
It looks pretty good.
Good lines.
Nice.
All right.
So today was just a all-around just practice day before the race, which they have tomorrow, 2 runs, and then another separate race on Saturday, 2 more runs.
Yeah, we're
Right?
ready. We are ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
If you ever run out of gas,
So come push your car.
call Kelsey. Alright, you guys want to know the #1 thing that increased my sleep this year? I wore a sleep mask. And the way I know that is I wear a Whoop.
Consuming sugar was the #1 thing I did to increase my recovery scores in 2024. We're gonna answer why that is and other things as we look at my year in review with Whoop. I was able to hit my personal sleep goal of 100%, 1/4 of the nights last year, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it was 6% better than the previous year.
Majority of the time I was in the yellow, and Saturday I recovered the most. Weekends, you know?
I spent half the year in the green, but I hit all ends of the spectrum. One day I was 99% recovered, and twice I was only 1% recovered.
My HRV increased from 85 in 2023 up to 97 this year.
I spent 109 hours in zone 2, and this many hours on a spin bike.
Functional fitness was my most tracked activity throughout 2024, with running coming just behind it.
The recovery tool I recorded the most was an ice bath, 110 times. So why added sugar? Well, actually, it's not the added sugar, it's the fact that I'm tracking and hitting my macros. So doing that is improving my recovery, and I'm using that kind of data to improve my fitness in 2025. If you would like to track your fitness for a better and healthier future, use the link in the description down below and get yourself a free 4.0 band and a month subscription with Whoop.
We'll see you in 2025.
The track is clear at the bobsled start for the pilot Riley T-Jack. Kelsey Kiel on the brakes from United States of America.
I've been trying to convince her to come back forever. Not only is she like amazing as an athlete, but like I want to surround myself with winners. She inspires me as a person.
Up and down through the Wasatch Fault into 11. Out of 11 approaching the Olympic corner.
How she handles life and athletics and things. So I've been like dying to get her back. So I was looking for any excuse to get her back.
For their first of 2 competitive runs with a finish time of 50.31. 50.31.
And when I saw this was on the schedule, I've been deployed to Iraq for 6 months. And so I reached out to her when I was in Iraq and I was like, what's it gonna take to get you back? I'm like, I'm going to Park City. I'm like, you should come. And she's like, LOL, maybe.
Track is clear at the bobsled start. Representing the United States of America, the pilot Riley Tashak.
This was my one chance to get one of my best friends back in the sled and just finish out something she started years ago. And then I'll let her walk away peacefully, but I wanted to end it on a high note and just really reward her for everything she's done as an athlete, as a person.
6-7 transaction, pretty smooth, not so bad. Coming into 8-9, dropping through the Wasatch Fault into curve 11.
Let her have this experience together and have fun while doing it.
Early into 12, focus on the exit. Out of 12, now 13, now 13, now 13. On its side, on its side, on its side. Let's keep an eye on the exit of 14. Let's keep an eye on the exit of 14. She's on her side. We're going to have a brief hold on the track. On her side, coming into curve 15. Stand clear, folks. As that sled comes to a stop there at low point, we'll get our patrollers and our track staff. Stand by for an update as the sled gets removed from the track.
And how is the back?
My back's a little rough.
Yeah?
We had a phenomenal first run.
It was good, huh?
It was great. And we ended up on our second run crashing, where we flipped onto our side and then came partway up the finish ramp. And then no one was there to catch the sled. So we came to a stop and then we had to go all the way back down. Yeah, my back's a little burnt.
Oh, it's burnt.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say a 10 is terrible. I was like a 7.8.
7.8, okay. Is that your first crash?
No. My first crash from the top of a track. So that's my first crash in many years.
Kelsey Kiel.
Despite the crash, it took 6th place and took home a medal.
So you got some hardware, I see.
6th place.
So
Do you feel like you got some closure?
Honestly, yeah. Like, I feel like this week was so fun. Honestly, it's like, okay, I can sell my spikes now.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was good to come back. I feel honored that Riley wanted me. I'm really happy with how I pushed, honestly.
So for the people that don't know, they just stopped the race afterwards?
Yeah, the sled like beat up the track so bad, so they needed to fix the track, so they called it as a one heat race.
The heat 1 I was pretty happy with. Heat 2, up until when we went over, very happy, even fixed mistakes and stuff. But obviously when you get punched in the face, like how do you respond and how do you get back up? The sport is intense. It is a contact sport and it sometimes literally lands you on your face 80 something miles an hour. We know the risks, that's why bobsledders are tough. I'm so proud that we were able to medal. I got my girl a medal. Yeah, come on! That was my goal. I definitely pictured it a little bit better, a little bit Disney-esque, right? But at the end of the day, like it shows how close our bond is and our friendship is. And she's like, "Hey, I love you no matter what." So it makes me proud.
All right, so that concludes.
That's the end of the show, folks.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you get a 6th place medal,
and you fall on your face at 80 miles an hour.
But
yeah.
you know, it's really cool to see Kelsey come out of somewhat retirement and.
I think what's cool is for her to get closure in that sport.
Yeah.
So for her to go out and finish on what for her felt like a higher note, even though she crashed. So that's cool.
Like and subscribe to the channel. We love you guys, and that's it. Bye.
She get to the cash when she walk. She look like a bad when she walk. She get to the cash when she walk.